mynews.studio.
Herds of elephants now wander where landmines once threatened every step. How did Mozambique turn a former war zone into a thriving wildlife refuge?
Today is June 17th, 2025. Mozambique's Gorongosa National Park used to stand for loss and destruction. After the Civil War ended in 1992, the park had lost more than 95% of its large mammals. Only about 100 elephants survived, and just a few zebras, buffalo, and antelope. So, how do you even start to rebuild an ecosystem from almost nothing?
It wasn't quick or easy. In 2004, a partnership between the Mozambican government and the Carr Foundation led to the Gorongosa Restoration Project. They began reintroducing wildlife, zebras, hippos, even top predators. But there's a challenge. How do you keep these animals safe in a landscape still scattered with landmines and where poaching is a real threat?
The first step had to be demining. Clearing unexploded ordnances made the park safer for both animals and people, rangers, tourists, everyone. Then they created anti-poaching teams, mostly made up of local people, trained and equipped with surveillance gear. That cut poaching by 72% in recent years. But here's something I keep coming back to. Why was involving the community so crucial?
Because conservation only works if local people benefit. The project invested heavily in education, healthcare, and new ways for communities around the park to earn a living. When people have jobs and better access to services, there's much less drive to poach or to compete with wildlife for resources. Does that connection between human well-being and conservation make sense?
Completely. And it's not just about the animals returning. Tourism is back too. As of this year, Gorongosa is home to more than 110,000 large animals, 10 times what it had after the war, even surpassing its numbers from the 1960s. That's meant more visitors, more local jobs, and more income. Is this approach catching on elsewhere?
It is. Organizations like the UN Environment Program and WWF are now looking at Gorongosa as a model. The key insight isn't just about bringing back wildlife. It's about blending ecological recovery with social and economic progress. Are you seeing this kind of integration in projects elsewhere?
Some places are trying similar strategies, especially in other post-conflict regions. But Gorongosa stands out for its scale and the way it combines demining, anti-poaching, wildlife reintroductions, and community involvement. Why does this story resonate so widely, do you think?
Because in a world facing both biodiversity loss and climate change, Gorongosa is proof that natural systems can recover, and that people and wildlife don't have to be at odds. The big question now is whether this model can help revive other landscapes that have suffered from war.
And whether the lessons from Mozambique, planning for the long-term, international partnerships involving local communities, can shape conservation policy in other countries. Those are challenges that a lot of nations are wrestling with right now.
Right now, Gorongosa stands as living evidence that ecosystems and communities can heal together. It's a rare example of measurable progress and real hope.
From minefields to lions, Mozambique's story is one of resilience, a kind of blueprint for recovery.
We started with elephants reclaiming land marked by mines. Now, Gorongosa's recovery is inspiring conservationists everywhere.
Thank you for tuning in. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.